last time we spoke, we caught you up on our 3PL, third-party logistic partner. Very, very excited, and they are now fully integrated to our website. And we have a website. Let's talk about it. What have we learned from DIY in our website?
Honestly, I think it's one of the better experiences.
For you?
Yeah. So it's interesting. Building a website, for me, has been fascinating because teasing through all the pages, seeing through all the content, thinking through the copy, the positioning actually helps you to refine the proposition. Like, what is this thing that we're actually building? Because we could talk about it all day, but someone turns up to the website has to tell the story. So I've enjoyed the process to some extent.
This has been my baby, really. And I've been up until 3 a.m.
Labor of love.
Coding with skills from my space in Neopets, which is interesting. I did not study computer science. I studied law and then medical anthropology, so I am in over my head. However, do we have a budget for a web developer?
We do not have a significant budget for a web developer.
We don't.
We got a scrape of a budget.
A scrape of a budget. So we'll use that scrape of a budget to enhance. But I was like, do you know what? I've built websites before. I can build a website. I bit off more than I could chew. I think I was slightly deluded. I believed in my own source, which you have to as a founder.
I don't think you were deluded. You built a solid website. It's actually, I think it's a really, really good website. It's a reflection of the business so far.
Right.
Like, it's honest. It's a real website. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not gimmicks. It's not fancy scrolls and swishes. It's actually an articulation of what we believe the business is, the proposition.
True. I think what I find difficult is that our products are 10 out of 10. Like, no notes. There's nothing I would change. They're fantastic. I don't believe I've ever tried their products. It's the best out there. Yep. And just to give you a hint of that, I'm gonna have to show you what my hair looked like before I was using Ayaa, and then what it looks like. What you can see what it looks like now. But to show you a before and after, just of like the mid part of my hair, I went through a lot of stress. Life is stressful now. The stress has not changed, but the way I'm caring for my hair has changed. So you can't tell me anything about these products. The products themselves are fantastic. The website now, I want the website to be the same level. It's a good website. It's good enough. And I did a video on MVPs, and I talked about how sometimes you just have to get a minimum viable product. It just has to be good enough. Yeah. It has to be done. It's better than perfect. Get it out.
Yeah. I think it's actually pretty good for a day one. And I guess that's your point, right?
Yeah.
It's about a day one. It's about minimum viable.
Agreed. But it was a lot of work.
Probably a level above minimum.
Definitely. Like, I'm proud of it.
Yeah, I've seen you sent me some links to some established brands.
Big budgets.
With semi-functional websites. Yeah. So, function is the key goal.
It functions. It looks nice. I want it to look better, but it looks nice. Our team are fantastic. One of the team members is a beautiful designer, and she literally like sketched out icons and then digitally made them, and then we added those, and it just added a little je ne sais quoi. So I'm really happy with those elements, the little pops. There'll be more of those. Yeah, I want more of those. There's some sections I love. There's some sections 10 out of 10 would not change. Mm-hmm. There's other sections, oh my gosh. Okay, one thing I will say is if you are a founder and you're building your own website, or even if you're vibe coding, whatever you're doing, use a repo, use GitHub. So I know you're meant to use a repo. I know you should have version control. I know you should back stuff up. But when I've had food poisoning, my kids had a hard time at school, it's 2 a.m. and I'm up because this is the first window of time I found to make changes to the ingredient site with the carousel that moves, that's super exciting. And then I get it perfect. I did not use GitHub. I have a GitHub. I did not use the repo. And because I did not use my repo, I don't have a version of the perfect version that I got that was 10 out of 10. But this version's like, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. I'm quite happy with it. So the version you have is good. I had a better version and now I can't find the code. Our company values excellence, sustainability, compassion. Sometimes they clash. Sometimes for excellence, the compassion drops. Or sometimes you start doing something not sustainable. And I would say that doing a sprint where you push yourself to your full extent can be sustainable and compassionate if it's a limited time for a limited purpose and then you rest. So absolutely with this, having Senyo remind me, you need to look after yourself, you need to rest, especially because life's been challenging. There's been a lot going on.
For real.
That's been helpful. So I did finish off and do the testing and set up the emails to give people a sneak preview from a spa.
That's part of the eskiness.
It was esky.
Sometimes, again, you're pushing hard and you've got to give yourself some context.
Yeah.
Make it a bit more inspiring, a bit more engaging.
Exactly. So on launch day, took a little break, did a gym class, put on recovery boots, put on a red light mask, got my laptop out on my lap and carried on. I was going to sit on a massage.
I actually tried to get into this spa. So I got membership to this group. And let me tell you, I got to the door. They said, bro, your tier is not accessible to this one.
Yeah,
I said, can you not squeeze me in? And like, nah. I just stood there. I was like, are we sure? It's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. It was a nice spot.
Very nice spot. So being in a nice environment. So I did leave to co-work with Senyo, and then I went back and I had a 7 p.m. 7 till 10 p.m. little spot. My spa day, because I had actually booked it to have a break, to hit the deadline and then take a day out and hit the spa. Because I was like, I hear you. I know work-life harmony is about looking after yourself. And I know it's not sustainable to go at this rate. However, sometimes you have to push yourself for the sake of excellence.
Yeah, find ways to make it work.
I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the team. Everyone chipped in different ways. Yeah. I was blown away by the support when it came. I don't want to name people who are not comfortable not being named on the internet, but you know who you are. Blown away. I told you by email, so you know how I felt. Mm-hmm. I was very, very happy with the support at the last minute, but it felt like
team effort.
Yeah, team effort. It felt like a team rescue almost. Okay, so this is how it looked a week before launch, and then how it looks now. Put
it this way: 3 weeks ago, I said to Rachel, "Look, if you need a little extra budget, I'm sure we can make it work.
Find someone who knows what they're doing."
And it's not because it was bad; it was because it was hard to imagine going from what it was to what it has now become. And I appreciate the photos went in there. It was like template.
It was foundation. Sometimes you have to do a lot of the infrastructure at the baseline. You have to think about your UX, like your user experience, the flow of where everything's going to go. You have to get your wireframes you need a sketch. And then you start to build it. And it doesn't necessarily look good straight away. If you
haven't seen the sketch, you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be okay.
The sketch
I'm sure it'll be okay.
I'm quite sure it was blots and lines.
It definitely got there. So...
And this is just version 1.0. It's going to improve. I think it's important that we pause and reflect on what's happened so far. And you learn a lot quickly because you've never built a website, but you definitely contributed to populating this website with the elements. Yeah. And you helped with setting up the payment processing in the back end.
Yeah. In the work I do on a day-to-day basis, it's about understanding, establishing, or it's about defining the commercial strategy, right? And then playing it through to the marketing context, and the marketing then ends up on the website and other collateral, etc. But when you do it all in effectively at one team, as like almost like obviously we're 2 separate people and we've got a small team, but effectively like one person.
It's one role,
right? You realize that the website is literally the tip of the iceberg, and actually the state of the website is a reflection of the state of thinking about the business. Right?
Sometimes spreadsheets.
It's all the spreadsheets. It's all of the pitch decks. It's all of the concentration of what makes us us. And actually, the stuff that's not on the website yet that is still in our thinking. Like there are things that we'd like to articulate, and actually, that's the creative connection between the depth of the proposition and how we express that. So no, I think you're right. Actually, though it looks good. I think it looks good, but actually, there is still more of the DNA of the business
that needs to come through. Explaining what makes us special, what makes us different. The products, they're amazing. They're amazing. I think one of my favorite features, let's do top 3 features. My top feature would be the ingredients encyclopedia on the Botanicals page. Absolutely love it. Lots of work. It's great.
Solid.
Second favorite feature would be the slider that shows my daughter's hair before applying cloud and then after. I love that feature. And my third favorite feature, I think, is just the hover over on desktop for each product, showing what it looks like, getting those splashes of product. Insane. Like literally involved in one point, getting some of the cleanse shampoo in a pot and blowing bubbles into it. It's an overload. So those are my top 3 features. How about you?
All right, cool. Top 3 features. All right, so number 1 has to be the imagery. I really like the imagery of the products. I love the imagery of the product. 2, I really like the copy that describes and brings it to life.
I wrote it myself.
Great job. And 3, I love the little image, the little strand decomposition thing. It's very cool.
What do you mean? It's not easy. Not easy being green.
Wow, that's
quite literally green.
I'll go.
That was AI generated. What I will say is most of the stuff, so we're not planning to use AI for like end user stuff. So anything that's going to be on the website, we don't want to use AI generated stuff, but we are using AI generated placeholders. And I was proud of what I was able to generate with AI. I think that one looks excellent. We will definitely get a sketch or a graphic, or we'll get a human to remake it. But at the moment, we don't have the budget.
I like the concept.
It's a great concept.
Because actually, when you're creating products, you want something not that is unique for the sake of unique, but it's like fundamentally
Different.
helpful to people. So yeah, and it was actually a good articulation. The image and the copy, I think, is engaging. So,
I'm very proud of that copy. So one of the things I've been trying to do is take like nerdy obsession with ingredients and science and put it into language that is easy for most people to understand, even if they haven't like studied tripology like I have. So it's really great that Senyo is not from the hair world, because you're able to say, well, what does that mean? Why is it explained in that way?
Run it back in English, please.
So helpful. And so many ideas have come up. The last week and a half, I think we probably, I mean, it was like 80% done. And the last 20% was done. But I think that last 20% has been the hardest, has been the biggest push. It's been crazy, the amount of effort, but it's done. I'm very proud. I'm happy.
Yeah.
So we promised you a sneak peek of the website. Here it is. Let us know what you think. And you can now pre-order.
Yes.
Can we tell them?
Yes.
Can we tell them the thing?
Yes,
You say it so I don't say too much.
Okay, so actually we've got an exciting element that will unlock after we hit 300 pre-orders, and it's going to be a prize draw, and it is something that really ties into who we are, the DNA of our business, the idea of wellness, looking after yourself. And let's just say it's not local.
Yeah, so the link is in the description box below to pre-order your Ayaa Botanicals products. So excited.
So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, share far and wide, share with your friends, hit the link below. Thanks for listening.
See you next time. Stay esky.